Hi, thank you so much for joining me today. And today's video is for Ellie's Sunday, a series that I am participating in with my lovely friend Adam, Scrappy Adam, where each Sunday we focus on one of the Ellie Studio products. And today's focus is on the Ellie Studio monthly kits. These kits are fantastic. You'll see it on the left hand side there. You get loads of 4x6, 3x4 journaling cards, and then 2 sheets of die cuts. They're themed each month, and this is the October one that I'm working with, and it's fabulous. So as you can see, I'm just working with some shimmers at the moment to create my mixed media background, a yellow one and an orange one. I'll find the names in a minute for you. And I'm just using the packaging technique to get these colours down, adding a very small amount of water. I found that this is definitely the best for using these shimmers paints, just a tiny bit of water, just so that you can manipulate them a little bit, but then they dry very quickly on the page and look like that, and they work perfectly, and then you can carry on building your layers. So the yellow is called Sunflower and it's a shimmers paint, and the orange is also a shimmers paint called Here I Am. And these are perfect to go with these autumnal colours. I really like these two colours, I've used them before. So just splattering what I've got left on this sheet. I just watered it down a little bit more and then adding some splatters with my paintbrush, and then I poured the rest of it onto the centre just to smear out a bit, and then thought, why did I do that? Because I wanted it to dry quickly, so I'm just mopping it up with my paper towel there. So the photos that I've got are us around the fire pit in October 22nd to be precise, which is Ross's birthday. So celebrating his 51st birthday. The family came round for drinks, and then once they'd all gone, we decided to have a fire pit, just the four of us, and it was glorious, beautiful evening, and just a really nice evening for a fire pit. I don't know whether you can see from the photos there, but Ross is actually in a t-shirt, so it really was very warm because it was about 8 o'clock at night. So I'm just going through the cards to work out what I can use with these photos while that mixed media dries. First of all, I've cut up one of the 4x6 cards, which has that little cluster that says thankful for this, and I thought that would work really nicely at the top. And of course I'm doing another vertical layout. So just pulling out the other pieces from these die cuts, and these are fabulous. I absolutely love these. I've used a kit previously, you will have seen if you've watched my videos for a while, one of the spring summer ones, and I highly recommend them. We stock them at Hey Little Magpie. We're the sole stockist in the UK. So if you want one, do pop along and get them. They're very reasonably priced at $10.99, and you get plenty in them. And they're not just for pocket scrapbookers, as you can see. I'm doing a 12x12 layout with this, and I have done in the past as well. So just having to play with all these little bits and pieces that you get on the die cut sheet to see what I can do. And now the background is more or less dry, I'm going to start building things up. First of all, I'm using my trimmer to measure 6 inches along the bottom, because I want to add some of the wax thread that I've got as a string right the way across from top to bottom. So I should just stitch that in close to the edge, and that will give me almost like a guideline so that I am keeping in the middle, because I'm notorious for going wrong. So just adding this in, it's like a peachy coloured wax thread, so it goes really nicely with the colours of these shimmers that I've used. And then I've just stuck that down on the back with some washi tape just to secure it in place. So now coming in with the photos and trying not to cover too much of the mixed media, just starting to build things up. And I know I want that card to be there at the top with this top photo. These photos are both very, very similar. We've just got Amelia with her thumbs up in one of them, which she does a lot. She's done since she was tiny. I think it was something that Sophie started, Leanne's daughter, when they were very small, and Amelia still does it now when I take photos. Her little thumb goes up. It's so cute. So just working out exactly where to position these, being mindful of the mixed media at the moment. I do, as per usual, cover an awful lot of it up, but the bits that peek through do look really nice on it. And I know I want to use this star with my fave cosy spot on it, because we really do enjoy being down there. We had the garden re-landscaped in the summer and had a summer house built, and a garden room, sorry. And this is our new spot for the fire pit, and we absolutely love it. So long as we've not just washed our hair, as Amelia says, because the smoke does get everywhere. It's a really nice relaxing evening just to sit down there with a drink. And it's great to have a proper family chat without the distractions of social media and TV and everything else that goes with it. So I've decided it's time to start gluing these bits down, at least getting the photos onto these journal cards that I've chosen as mats. So just making that straight, and it's great because they've got lines on them. It's fairly easy to make sure that you're straight on these. So again, just gluing the corner of the photo onto that, and then working out exactly how they're going to be aligned together. And it's at this point I realise that I can probably cut some of the bottom of that top photo off, just so that I'm not covering the kids with it when we overlap. So deciding whether to go over or under with that bottom photo, but I do go under in the end. And positioning the other pieces that I've pulled out to use with this. So I'd be interested to know, has anybody ever used Ellie's Studio kits before? Is it something you've looked at, or have you just dismissed them because they're pocket page kits rather than for 12 by 12 scrapbookers? Hopefully this will encourage you to have another look at them, because they really are fantastic, the bits and pieces you get in them. I would say you could create a good few layouts for the $10.99 that you're spending. And it mixes and matches so nicely with all the other Elle Studio products as well. So you can bring in some puffy stickers and all sorts of things. And we're actually going to work with one of the stamps in a bit just to finish embellishing the page. But I wanted to try and just stick more or less solely to the kit, just to show its functionality. So just slowly going around now and sticking all these bits and pieces down. And this cluster gives me a little bit of a headache. I wanted to have 3 circles, but I don't like the 3 circles to be the same size. I prefer them to be all different sizes. So I'm just snipping off the little snags that you get when you pop out die cuts. I just want this to be smooth, and the same with this one. And then I fiddle and faff, and in the end I actually end up with the grey circle with the house on, and the two-tone green circle, which I'll pull off the die cut sheet in a minute, and I leave that navy blue heart. Much as I love it, I just couldn't get everything to fit on, so I abandoned that for a little while before going back to it. Just sticking this down, and the date will go on that label die cut there, and then going in with this My Fave Cozy Spot. And wet glue is a great way of getting all this down. It's very quick and easy. So back to this cluster. I'll still keep messing. And this is the green circle that I was talking about that I come in with. So there's the house. Still trying with that navy blue heart. I think that's the point when I realised. So just having a look to see what else I might be able to use. Again, snipping off those little snaggy bits that you get from the die cut sheet. Trying this peachy coloured one, but gosh, who knew that a cluster could take this long? It's so frustrating. And watching it back now, I just think, why any of the combinations that I did would have been fine. Why did it take so long? Anyway, there we go. So there's the house, and this little navy blues piece that says "so good" is going to be just nestled underneath that at the bottom of the photo. And here I am coming with that green. And I like that because that brings that green down to the bottom of the layout, because we've got it at the top on that journal card that says "thankful for this." So it's nice to bring the green down to the bottom as well. Now I'd earmarked this card right at the very beginning. I cut off the white bottom piece and then forgotten all about it. So I'm just going to use this as accents at the very top and very bottom, just to make sure that the eye is drawn right from the top of the page to the bottom of the page. So gluing those down, off-centered, because I don't want it to look like it's a continual piece. I'm just looking for balance really, so having them like this to my eye looks the best. And I've just cut that a bit wonky, so I'm just going to trim the very top of that to make it straight again. And now here I am coming in with the date. So as I say, 22nd of October 22 is the date. So that's going on that label. And then the journaling is going on this card. And it's exactly what I told you before. So now just having a check through to see if there's anything else that I could add. And I find this one that says grateful for this. So that's going to go underneath my fave cozy spot. And that just fills in that little space nicely. And then I'm looking for something in the top right hand corner. I feel like there's something missing up there. But none of these die cuts are quite right. So I have a quick flick through the 3x4 cards. So this is a great opportunity to see just how much you get in this kit. It's absolutely amazing. Plenty of bits that you could fussy cut out or use as photo mats. I shall be using this kit again, possibly this week in another video, because there's just so much there. So I'll glue that piece down. And then I think after this is when I come in with my stamps. So I'm going to use the Thankful stamp set from Elle Studio, and this is it was released last year, and it's one of my absolute favourite stamp sets. You'll see me using it if you've watched videos previously, time and time again. It has the lovely little plus signs on it. Here it is, Thankful stamp set it's called. It has the beautiful round hearts, which is what I'm using here now with tea dye, Distress Oxide, and I'm just going to add a couple to the top and bottom, and these echo the hearts that we've got on that card, so it's perfect. And it also has the words thankful that you will have seen me using before with the outline, and also the solid, and love this, and family. There's just so much. So I go with the word thankful on this one, but family would have worked equally as well, but it just fills in that space really nicely. So I'm going to use my black soot Distress Oxide to stamp this, just to bring in some of that darkness that we've got in the photos. Making sure that it's fully inked up, and then straight down with confidence. And there we have it. And then now that's down, I'm going to come in with the plus signs. I really love this stamp. It just adds something. You could, of course, just... Oh, no, sorry. First of all, I'm coming in with this little triangular stamp, and it's got a heart at the top, and then it says, my heart is full. So stamping that with Bundled Sage from the Distress Oxides. I'm just wondering whether to put it at the bottom, but I decided to go with the top to add to that cluster that we've already got going there. And then I'm going to come in with the plus signs. And like I say, you could do this by hand, and it's very easy, and I have done that before when I've wanted smaller plus signs, but you just can't beat this cluster that you've got on this stamp here for quick and easy stamping. So first of all, I'm going to go at the top, and I'm just using something to mask the edge because I am taking it off the page. So at the top there, and then for balance again at the bottom left here. And then I want to add a few more bits around the layout, so masking off where I don't want the stamp to go, so that I can just control exactly how much of that stamp shows on the layout. And on this bit you'll see I only use a tiny bit, but using that mask you can do that. So now that's done, I think the final thing that I do, yes, I'm covering my photos with some scrap card, and then I'm going to come in with my gold watercolour paint and just add some gold splatters around the edges of the layout. And that's it. So I will leave Adam's channel link below for you to go and have a look and see what he's been playing with this week. And other than that, I shall see you again very soon for another video. Thank you so much for joining me. Close-ups are coming up. Bye.